let us begin with the heart focused breathing technique for the next 5 minutes. So begin just to place awareness in the area of your heart. Take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Just take slow, deep breaths. Be gentle with yourself. This is not a race. It's just a state of being. And acknowledge the presence. Acknowledge the present. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is not here yet. What you have right now is right now. Take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. See how slow you can make your breaths in and out. See if you can slow it down even more. And visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. See how deep you can breathe in. See how long it'll take you to exhale. Just maintain that awareness in the area of your heart as you take these slow, deep breaths. Are your breaths gentle and flowing? Notice how you breathe. Make it gentle, flowing, and experience that rhythm that connects you to all. Wonderful. Thank you for that excellent practice, that 5 minutes of heart-focused breathing practice. It's a foundation of all practices that we do here. And welcome everyone again to your Monday morning espresso shot. And we're here to talk about the I didn't know that moment for the next 5 minutes. And that I didn't know that moment has to do with charisma. And the reason I picked this, it's not around vanity, but the reason I picked this was because someone and I were chatting, and we asked ourselves, why are we so drawn to babies? You know, babies are not able to speak in our language anyways. And, but when they're there, everybody just kind of gravitates to a baby. Well, that's the same thing that happens to individuals who we consider to have charisma. You know, they say something and everybody drops everything they're doing to listen in, because they feel this person's got something important to say. But it's also a feeling. Even if you met somebody for the first time, when they say something, you are drawn to that person perhaps. And I'm sure every one of us has experienced this in the past, and will experience it in the future. So what makes these individuals charismatic? Is it that their position? For example, the two photographs, those who are on the webinar here see two photographs, these movie stars and Hollywood personalities. Is it because of their position to be in the Hollywood sphere make them charismatic? Or is it that their charisma actually allowed them to take on positions that they are in right now? And that is the question. So why is this important to us? Well, if you've got the ability and the personality and the charm and the charisma to be able to say something and other people drop everything to listen to you, the first thing you have to consider is that you may lead them astray, or you may lead them on a path of virtue. More importantly, can you as an individual develop this charisma if you feel you don't have one? Or can you make it more magnified? Can you magnify it even more? And the answer is yes. Let's go back to the baby situation. A baby is born just by the way the baby is. People are drawn to the baby. Every baby's word, people kind of drawn into it and kind of fawn over. So then the question is, what does a baby have? If I was a baby and people were doing that when I was young, why, if that's the case, why aren't they doing it now? Well, the simple reason is we actually all have the ability to have charisma and to have the ability to actually say something and people listen. And some of us, and most of us, have something of value to offer. That is why we're born on this earth. We have a lot of things of value to offer the world. If we're not being charismatic, if we're not leading, and I don't mean by leading by being on stage and just pronouncing our greatness, but by leading is just working with individuals and having them listen to us and putting them on the right path. If we were born with this, because every child is born with this ability to draw people in, why did we forget it? How can we recover it? And that's really today. Today is all about you considering the fact that you do have charisma, that you are able to lead from your inside out, and you're able to tap into that wisdom. If you are able to tap into that wisdom of knowledge, that well of knowledge that you have, are you able to share it with the world? Because that is really what we thrive on as human beings. We thrive on servitude. We strive on helping others move forward. And if we don't have charm or charisma to be able to do that, then all this talent that we have sits with us. So how do you develop charm and charisma? Well, the simple thing is you don't develop it by learning about it. You develop it by practicing. And the techniques we practice, remember, babies are always in this wonderment, this childlike sense of being. And when they're born with all the tools they need to maintain coherence. And this is what I've been saying all along, is when a child is born, it's the first thing it does is take slow, deep breaths. And it's just looking around in curiosity. And if I look at a child and I fall in love, that child is creating that feeling in me That means the child has the ability to do that. How have we forgotten to do that for others right now in our adult stage? And the way we do it is by simple practices that I'm going to show you next. So let us begin now. Let us place our awareness in the area of the heart. Take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And just be still while breathing deeply. And now begin to experience a regenerative emotion, a positive feeling such as compassion, appreciation, peace, ease, love, gratitude. Imagine you holding a child in your arms. Just feel the love of that innocence, the love of that childlike curiosity. Just feel that love and enter it into your heart. This is how you build charisma, as you begin to shape your insides and love your insides. Because you cannot love others until you learn to love yourself. And a child, when you were a child, you did not know anything different other than just being there and loving yourself. And you will draw that out from you as you take these slow, deep breaths and experience regenerative emotions. You are actually loving every cell in your body, sending it compassion, gratitude. You're activating the charisma DNA, if I may put it that way. Slow, deep breaths. Experience regenerative emotions. Care, compassion, appreciation, gratitude. Slow, deep breaths. Notice your breathing. Can you take it deeper? As you breathe in, can you breathe in a little deeper than you did before without it being too uncomfortable? And when you exhale, can you exhale slowly without it being too uncomfortable? Experience regenerative emotions as you're taking these slow, deep breaths. Beautiful. Put a gentle smile on your face. Thank you so much for participating for your Monday morning espresso shot today. It was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful connecting with you. If you have any questions, please do share. Would love to hear your thoughts or your comments. If not, thank you so much for participating. So, charisma. That is something we were all born with. We all have the leadership capability within us. And this is important because we are all born here to serve, and serve in a way that we can help lead and hold hands. I know that every one of us in our lives have had people come to us for advice, for opinions, for views. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could just amplify that reach, that talent that you have within you? We all have charisma. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just amplify that and allow ourselves to serve others in a way that is appropriate and not misleading? And when you do these techniques daily for 15 minutes, what happens is you begin to feel that compassion within you. You actually activate the compassion within you. And it would be difficult for you to stray from that feeling of compassion when you help others. So thank you so much for joining me today. I don't see any questions coming through, so I will just say thank you very much, and we will chat with you next week. All right? So take care. And there might be a question coming through. I'm just checking here. Oh, you're welcome, Joan. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.